the Jesus Folk, doing our number 2 video. And what are we talking about today?
We thought we would give you a little bit of our story, how we started, how we met. Take you back 13, 12 years, around that, 13 years.
Yeah.
And give you a little piece of where we began as a team.
Yeah.
And did you want to start with your version? Be interesting.
It all started with a little bit of software called MSN.
Back in the day.
Remember MSN?
MSN.
Messenger, Hotmail. Back when Hotmail was Facebook.
I still have my Hotmail. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. Back then. And
I'll have to add you.
we're definitely showing our age now. But yeah, it was like the hottest thing, right? You get home from school.
It's the hottest
you'd be
mail.
like, get on instant messenger, you know.
Yeah.
Whoa, we're talking to our friends at school online.
And what was your
Dial-up.
what was your Hotmail email address?
No, someone will spam it. I've still got it.
I remember.
I remember yours. It
Yeah.
was bad. I love Elmo. Some number.
792
That's
at
embarrassing.
hotmail.com. Send me a message.
That's embarrassing. I wouldn't even.
Ooh. Oh no.
Um.
So anyway,
Okay.
I discovered that through MSN that all of your contacts, all of your friend list was kept in a little note document on your computer.
Oh, it was. I didn't
And
know
that if you got your friend's note document, all you had to do is copy this note document and paste it in this folder on your computer, and suddenly you got all of your friends' friends.
So, like, you could double your friends list.
I quadrupled my friends list. I had like nobody.
Why would you want to do that, though?
Because I'm a social guy. I like talking to
Yeah.
people. And anyway, so these same friends that gave me their friends, they also gave me a special friend. That's you, Dan.
By accident?
Good job, Dan. No, not by accident. This is how they told me, got me interested in the start, and I'm a little bit embarrassed about this.
Shout out to Reese.
Shout out
And
to Reese and Dylan hacking. Thank you. Oh, you big time. They said to me, "You've got to meet this girl. She's exactly like you." And I'm feeling a bit narcissistic. I know. Exactly like you. That's messed up.
We're complete opposites, actually.
We've discovered this.
Yes.
But at the time, that appealed to something in me.
Nice.
And so we'd started talking on MSN, and not just talking. I have to say, fighting. So steamy.
No.
And so we'd started fighting about the Bible.
Arguing.
Okay.
Heated talking about
No, you gotta.
our Christian views.
People love the drama, darling. You gotta play up the
Let's play it
conflict,
up.
you know.
Alright.
So we'd started having heated views about the Bible and different aspects of it, and
Great.
and anyway, so then it was the day before Christmas. See the way you can just leave it in. It makes it interesting. I'm sure they agree.
I'm enjoying this.
Now it's the day before Christmas, all right, and I'm down in Canberra where my sister lived at the time. And how did I get your number though?
I lived in Canberra.
How did I get
lived
your
in
number?
a coastal town, Kiama.
Yes. Okay, good. Bit of context. That's good. Now, how did I get your number? I think you gave it to me.
No, I wouldn't give it to you. That's sus, man.
You gave me a number.
I'd never give you
How old
my
are we
number.
two? We're 18 years old.
18?
Yeah.
18. That
For
would
all
be
the
better.
parents watching, you know, you gotta
18
watch
years
your
old.
kids on these MSNs. Man.
We were at the very end of year 12. We just finished year 12.
Just finished.
Yeah.
And
so
I
we
somehow-
never met.
You gave me a number, and then it was
Foolish.
it was the night before Christmas, and then I thought I was getting bored. My family were a bit boring that night, so I called this random girl that happens to be sitting next to me, and then we just had a good old fashioned chinwag.
No one says chinwag. Oh, you're so old.
And then
So pretty much, our email was shared through like Christian circles and different contacts. Like we went to completely different churches.
Yeah.
We lived in different, like I lived
Different
in Canberra,
places.
different places.
Yeah.
And so it was just like this random that started talking to me, and I'm like, who are you? Sorry, like it was in the days where everyone would add everyone. Like it wasn't that odd, I think, to just
Yeah,
add
I don't think it
randoms.
was weird back then. Like,
I mean, I probably wouldn't do it, but I mean,
with social networking back then, I think it was just getting started. So it was just like, you
it's
just...
pre-Facebook days.
Yeah. But anyway, I had your number, I called you up, and then somehow...
It was weird. I was like,
somehow, this
"Who is this?"
smooth-talking, silver-tongued fella talked you in to meeting up on Christmas Day.
I feel like putting this in context a little bit.
What were you thinking? Come on. You was crazy.
Yeah, it was crazy because
Oh,
I mean, this is a person that I never wanted to get married. I had no interest in relationships. I just wanted to do missionary work overseas for God and things like that. So my focus was really not, I guess, talking to guys or anything like that.
yeah. Fraternizing.
Fraternizing. And so it was really odd for me to just be like, oh, okay, yeah, sure, like, I'll meet up, like, very odd. Like, we just finished our Christmas celebrations, I think, with both our families, and we were bored. And he really good at convincing me.
Uh-oh.
So I was like, oh, 10 o'clock at night, meeting up with a random, okay, like, not
And how did your
advising.
family let this happen?
Well, I lived, I think, by myself. I lived with my sister at the time in my family home, who's much older than me, and they were all doing their own things, and my niece, they were doing Christmas parties, so I was basically just, like, independent.
Yeah.
So, yeah, and I was like, oh, I guess I'm bored. I mean, I've never met up 10 o'clock at night. All right, we'll meet up.
All right. Now let's talk about the first encounter. Do some eyebrows.
Oh, no,
Do some eyebrows.
No, I'm not trying to look.
Can you do some eyebrows? You're better at it. No. Yeah, that's the one.
The first encounter.
The first encounter.
So
I was
Christmas night,
there. I was
2005.
I was wearing a red shirt. You know the one.
Yeah, I do. It had like black
Squiggly
graphics on
lines,
it.
graphics.
Oh.
Yeah,
Yeah.
some text.
Skinny
That is,
jeans,
and just
black
to set
skinny
some
jeans.
context, this is when being an emo was right in there
It was
too.
on the cusp of emo.
Emo, screamo, semi-goth, when that stuff was cool. So there I was in my emo self.
It was this little dark horse.
A dark horse. And as I recall, I was sitting there waiting. You had me waiting. Good job. Nice entrance.
Good job.
And then driving up in this kind of tiny little bomb. And it was
It's a bomb. I love that car.
it was this little blue thing.
Ford Festiva.
So tiny you could almost fit it in your pocket.
It's great.
Yeah. And then skidding down the street. Yeah, you got to build the conflict.
I like this.
Yeah, so skidding down the street. And then stepping out, I remember you were in your those torn jeans.
Oh yeah.
The ones with the Jack Johnson signature. Extra
Oh.
fresh.
No, that's a different outfit.
Oh, different outfit. Well, anyway,
They just had scribble on them.
just scribble.
I
on
drew
it.
on my pants all the time.
Good work, done. And then I thought, who's this long-legged thing? Yeah, she's got some long legs on her.
What can I say?
First impression is very good. Long legs. long legs, and long curly hair. I was like,
I did have long hair outside, yeah.
And then one of the first things that Sheree said to me when we first met was, "We're gonna be very good friends." And I thought,
Yeah, buddy.
what I said was yes, but what I thought in my head was, no, we're not gonna be friends.
Like, I got enough friends.
I've got enough friends. And then
I tried to friend zone him straight up.
I'm adverse to the friend zone. I'm allergic to the friend zone. And then what happened
You're
next?
hilarious.
It was Christmas, so there was lights.
Christmas
It's
night.
very romantic. It's nighttime. There were lights on all the houses, so we thought,
Basically, he was only staying 20 minutes from my house in
Yes.
Canberra at his sister's house. So
Yeah.
I just drove there, and we just thought, let's
and I
just
was
walk.
also poor.
Yeah.
I was 18 years old, no job.
I think I was the only
So
one who had
a lot of prospects. So
I was the only one who had a car.
yeah.
And I think I had
And
a dog.
so I had a great, very romantic idea of going for a walk, which you do when you're poor.
You walk and you talk, and we thought,
When you're 18.
let's continue our chats about the Bible, and
Did we
Who
talk
we are.
about the Bible?
I can't remember.
I can't remember.
I remember talking about Napoleon
I remember
Dynamite.
talking about a lot of smack, like a lot of rubbish.
We were pretty funny, I think.
Yeah, a lot's changed. Things have
Funny.
changed since then.
We used to
We
quote
got
like
old.
Napoleon Dynamite and all that lame stuff. didn't
Yeah, that's
Anyway.
when Napoleon Dynamite had just come out. So,
So-
a lot to talk about, a lot to go over.
2005 hot topics. But I mean, like,
Oh my god.
we walked and talked for hours.
Hours.
And hours around the suburb, and
Yeah.
hours and hours. Like,
And let's go over the major landmarks that we covered in this walk because I think it's quite funny.
is it? I don't know.
So as I recall, we went from the field
A
to
field?
the Woolworths car park,
There was some shops or something.
and then we were riding around trolleys.
Riding on trolleys.
This is the best date ever. And then I remember this Ollie a trolley. We were trying to jump these trolleys in the air.
Oh man.
You know, you remember
I
that?
do remember that.
And then from there,
we were trying to impress each other like two little peacocks.
showing two little peacocks, showing off our little.
Yeah, my lame.
And then from the Woolies car park to the bus shelter. And then from
The
the
Canberra bus shelters are so weird.
from the bus
Turn
shelter
around.
to the skate park.
Skate park.
As you do. This is
18 years
the
old.
18-year-old date. So we hit all of the
Wow.
major spots.
Wow.
We did it well.
Yeah.
And then
Impressive.
so we spent all night talking about this stuff. And then about nothing really. Let's face it.
About nothing.
We had nothing. You're 18 years old. What have you done?
Just finished school. Wow.
And then can I tell you, I remember even this. I remember that at the skate park we were looking at shooting stars.
Yeah, we just decided
That's a
to
good
lay
move.
down on the ramp.
All you Casanovas out there shooting stars.
And we
It's good.
laid on the big,
The slope thing.
yeah. And we
We're
just
not
thought,
skaters, clearly.
and we just like, yeah, just looked at the stars. And I think then we started to talk about God.
Is that when we started?
Yeah.
Well, it makes sense.
Yeah. Looking up at the stars, and then
But there was also
I don't remember.
I remember that there were two girls that came up to us during our date, like they were just at the skate park as well, and they were talking about a really full-on thing that was going on in their life.
Yes, I remember.
And
It
I
was
think
hectic.
I think she was pregnant.
Oh, it was full on. They were
But this
teenagers.
is like talking about this now. This is really interesting to me because
That is interesting.
we're going to be talking a bit later to you guys about not only how we met, but the function of our relationship and how God brought us together for a purpose. And it
Yeah,
seems like,
that's
in my
interesting.
memory,
I know,
it seems
I
like we
remember
were doing pastoral care
Even then.
then
That is so weird. I just thought of
to
that.
these random girls.
We just loved on them.
We loved on 'em.
Like we just
Even
Well,
then,
like,
we just met, and then
showed
we were
compassion.
already
yeah.
caring for people and doing pastoral
Wow.
care. Yeah. So from the
I
very
forgot
start,
about that.
even
I actually
from the start.
forgot about that. Yeah, wow.
All
I'm
right.
gonna have to think more about that. Anyway,
And so anyway, we were laying there, and then should I tell him or should you?
I can't remember
You can't remember.
some of the lines.
Of course you can remember.
Are you saying what lines we said?
No.
Oh, okay.
Here's a little bit of advice of what not to do.
He kissed me.
Kissed on a first
He
date.
kissed me. He did. Your brother told you
I'll
not
kiss
to.
you again.
No.
I'll kiss you again.
No. But I remember your
Oh.
brother specifically
Oh.
warned you not to.
Oh, I'd forgotten that.
This was my very first kiss.
Maybe that's why it
right?
happened.
Rebellion.
Because right before I left,
Rebellion in the heart
right
of a
before I
child.
left my sister's house, my brother said, "Whatever you do, don't kiss her."
Don't kiss her.
And so it was in my head.
Worst idea ever.
He planted the idea in my head. So
I mean, this is like 6 hours in. And
Yeah.
this is craziness,
6
right?
hours in, we'd run out of things to talk about. We needed to do something.
Not advised, though. Not
Yes.
advised. I wouldn't advise
Do
that for
not
everyone.
do that.
Yeah, no.
If you are 18 years old and dating, on the first date, do not kiss the girl. All right? There we go.
There's amazing things.
We've covered that.
Yes.
But
We didn't necessarily do everything the right way, but
and then I remember at the end of the night,
that was my first kiss.
at the end, yeah.
Yeah,
Was
very
that good?
first kiss.
How was it?
I can't remember.
I
I
don't.
really can't remember.
Well,
that much.
we had a next date, so it must have been all
It
right.
must have been alright. Yeah.
And then at the very end of the night, as I recall, the very wee hours of the morning,
Oh man, it was the latest night I've ever stayed out of.
and it must have been close. It must have been getting close to sunrise, even
No, it was only 3 or 4 a.m.
3 or 4 a.m.
Yeah, I think.
Man. And then we would dance. Like I remember, right before we left, we were kind of waltzing. We were at that time when you're just so tired, and we were just kind of dancing together in the street, and we didn't really want to be apart.
It was really weird because it was kind of unsaid stuff. Like it was just, we were automatically comfortable with each other
Yeah.
straight away.
Yeah.
Like, it's so strange. Like,
Mm.
I went from this person completely not wanting this or not, and maybe probably because I wasn't ready and I didn't have boundaries up or anything like that. But then it was just like, we were just so comfortable. It was
Yeah.
just like, it just felt normal. So there was, yeah, very strange.
So there we were dancing in the street together. These young 18-year-olds in love.
You can't say that straight away.
Anyway.
Only
I've said it.
really
It's
feel
out there.
that
But
6 hours.
I love this idea that it was, you know, on Christmas Day. Oh no, it wasn't Christmas anymore.
It was Boxing Day, yeah.
Boxing Day. So you know, we should have stopped dancing and started boxing.
Oh my God.
Dad jokes. I got 3 kids. I'm allowed to say these
Dad
things.
jokes.
Yes, I'm torturing you.
Um,
But I love this idea though. Don't you love the idea that it was God's Christmas gift to one another? Don't you love that?
nice. I do.
So that day, God gave us the best Christmas gift that we, apart from Jesus, second to Jesus.
True.
But then that we got to meet each other. And there's so much stuff that has happened since then. Like those young
So
18-year-olds.
Much.
Man, like so much has changed. Sometimes it feels like we're not even those same people anymore when we think about like the stuff God's done in our life. And so I hope that you can keep coming in, tuning in to our conversations together. Man, we're going to tell you about everything that's changed, what's the same, what's different. It's going to be awesome. Anything you'd like to add to that?
No, that sounds pretty good.
Sounds good?
Yeah, sounds good.
You going to tune in?
Yes?
All right, good.
Alright.
See you guys.
Bye.
Bye.